Welcome back to FTK Diaries, your weekly escape into the wild world of parenting. Hey there, I'm Chef. He's Nerd.
Hey.
And together we're your dynamic duo of parenting wisdom and comedic relief. Join us as we embark on another episode filled with laughter, tears, and everything in between. From diaper disasters and teenage tantrums, no parenting topics is off limits. So whether you're a mom, dad, step-parent, or grandparent, we've got stories and advice to keep you entertained and inspired. So grab your headphones and a cup of coffee, maybe something stronger, and let's dive into another episode of FTK Diaries. Get ready for some real talk about the joys and the challenges of raising the next generation, because when it comes to parenting, we're all in this together. Welcome to FTK Diaries. This is Chef, and we have Nerd here.
Hey.
Today we have our special guest and brother, 50 Trey here.
What's up?
So today we're going to talk about, it's about parenting, but it's a little off topic, but it kind of comes back around here. We're going to talk about generation to generation understanding. So a little insight, I myself am 45 years young. My partner here, Nerd, is 33, and his brother, best friend, 50 Trey, is how old?
28.
28 years old, okay?
I remember that age. 28.
That wasn't very long ago.
That was so long ago.
For me, it was a very long time ago, but I can say that at 45, I don't mentally feel 45. I feel like I'm 30-something with 45 years of experience. No, not 30. No, I'm 37. I can do 37.
Okay, definitely 35.
You know, I think that there's just a difference in generations that is, I don't know, it's a little, the dynamic is a little different now. I've heard from a lot of people that I know that are around my age that don't necessarily feel like what we were told the 40s would look like, or what we saw the 40s would look like. Like if you look at older shows and like Golden Girls, Sophia, the oldest character, was the youngest. And I think
Betty White, my
Here we
wife.
go.
I am so upset.
Here we go.
Oh, Betty White.
Yes, Nerd
Rest in peace.
Nerd has
My lovely.
a very large crush on Betty White, of all things. I can see how I came into the picture, but anyway, like, you know, people in their 40s back in the day were like old. They were old. They were damn near geriatric. So now
They were going through the depression, the Great Depression back then too.
no, you gotta think like
Okay, this is the second Great Depression. I'm just waiting for the housing bubble to again. In 2008, I was just graduating high school. I couldn't do anything when the housing bubble going.
when I was a little kid.
The housing bubble went.
Nah, I'm talking about you was graduating when?
High school.
In 2008.
In 2008, yeah.
God damn.
Well, think, when I was younger in the 80s, it was the time. Yes, it was the time of excess. So everything was big
So
and
when you
bright.
graduate?
I graduated high school in 1996.
96?
96.
I was
born
6.
in 96.
Yes,
So you was in high school 28
I was
years ago.
I was.
God damn.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't seem
Fuck no.
like it's been that long. It seems like it was only, I know it's only 10 years, but it feels like it's only been like 20 years.
It's been 20 years for me in 4 years.
Yeah, in 4 years. Mine is going on 30. 30 years.
I can see that for you though. Like I still be thinking, you like 32, 33.
Yeah.
Oh, being the fact that everybody sitting there and thinks that when we're out and about that
Hey,
she
you the older one.
the she's
they
not
think
as
I'm his
old
mother.
and not as old as she is. They're like, there's no
It's
way you're
either-
45.
It's either they don't believe that I'm 45 or that I'm his mother.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd be smacking that butt.
I don't get it. I don't
Sorry,
get it.
that was inappropriate. I apologize. Emma Birdie.
We're going to bypass everything that you just said here. This is a I was going to say PG, but it's not. But anyway, like I was saying,
You could be his mom? That's crazy.
we did an event, and the women were so kind, and they were just all over nerd. And they were asking questions like, how long have you guys been together? Oh, how old are you? Oh. Here, they had asked him if I was his mother, as they're fawning all over him. Is that your mom?
No, but I will accept your money.
Yeah.
Do you need another catering order? I'll be good.
You gotta make your cheesecakes again.
No, for real. Yeah,
But there's this difference in the generations. So, I guess my question would be, are there any other 40-somes that don't feel like they are their age? Or 50, do you feel like at your age you feel older than just 28? Do you feel older?
I'm just going
Do you feel older at 28?
Hold on, I'm 33. I feel like I am literally in my 50s, but I was feeling like that when in my teens. I thought I was in my 30s. I started getting gray hair when I was 13. I feel that I was born with an old soul.
He was definitely born with an old soul, like, but body wise, like, yeah, definitely older than 28. But I had because I broke a whole leg and everything, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just going to hurt me the rest of my life. But
Yeah.
like activity wise, like when I'm out there with my little nephews and everything, nah, I'm younger than 28. Like I'm like 21.
Yeah. Because I know
For
for
real.
me, I really try to be very intentional with the way that I approach life. You know, every day I'm excited to see what adventure is coming up. I like seeing new things and talking to different people and, you know, all those different things. And I think that each day I leave the house, I leave with a little bit of youthful optimism that is missing sometimes with my generation.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I don't know. It's for somewhat the same way in my generation too. Because a lot of us is just having like babies now.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really get the chance to even go explore that right now until like you're going to hit about your age,
Yeah,
or at least your age.
my children are at an age right now, like I still feel young enough to still do a lot of things, start brand new crafts. I can travel, I can do all these things because I'm still young enough, but my children are older now, so I can kind of back off a little bit, and I want to back off so that they can start living their lives and I can start living my life as an individual and not necessarily just the title of mom. Because for 20 years, I've just been mom.
Yeah.
That's the only, I haven't been able to be my individual self. So I kind of understand as far as
Actually, with me, what I've seen with younger generation, and not saying this is you, Drake, but it's been most of them push their children off to their parents.
Yeah.
yes,
So most of that is they're still living their life how they want to.
I think also
But I think that's actually a smaller percentage than what people actually know, realize in the first place. But because it's so much inside the media and things like that, just like
I mean that, but you also got to look at it too, though, like that. Like a lot of people ain't even relationships to even do anything like that. Like me and my baby mom, like we ain't even in a relationship, but if anytime she go out of town, I got my son. Like for all the days that she's out, I got him all the days.
You're
that
the
she's
other
out
parent.
24/7.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's no other question about it. But like I see a lot of other people just like, yeah, you're right. Like they pass it off to the grandparents and to do most of the work. But that's also a conversation we had before. You raise your kid to be all spoiled and everything, and run back to you. And
Yes.
you're going to raise that grandchild.
Yes.
100%. You're going to raise them.
And going back to that conversation, that's exactly why I can't necessarily be in those rooms where they are, but I'm not ready to be a grandmother because I absolutely understand that I'm going to be taking care of a child. I understand that I'm going to want to be that grandma, and I'm not ready to be that grandma yet.
You can be that grandmother and still do what you want. 100%. At the end of the day, you can always still teach your kid, even though you're gonna be teaching. So what? You know what I'm saying? You can do it how you want.
Yeah.
But you can teach them to be more independent because they have a child. And I've seen it because like my little cousin, he just had twins. Not one, he had twins. So and he didn't want them at first, and now he got custody of them. Well, not custody. She sued him for child support. Mm-hmm. So now he has to get them, and he fell in love with the kids.
No, I only say that because I was raised with a grandmother that doted on me. I was her princess. She dressed me up. I remember hearing later on she opened up charge cards to make sure that I had every dress. She would go to Kaufman's and buy me dresses, and so I could be this little princess, and I loved it. So to be a grandma to me is to do those things, and I don't want to do those things now.
You can do those things still.
I don't think I know how yet.
You can do those things and still raise your own child to be more independent themselves, so that you can do the opportunity to become a grandmother. You haven't even been a grandmother yet. They still haven't even been a parent yet. Y'all both gonna have to learn. You know what I'm saying? So
I just want them to go out and be their own individual person now.
You're waiting for them to leave to make their own decisions before they become a parent. Understandable. That's what every parent gonna want for their child. Yes, but you're gonna have to come with life takes with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though you're not ready for it, you're gonna have to. When it comes, it's gonna come. You're trying to just slow it down right now.
The one child that has my sense of adventure, I need him to sit down because he is the youngest. But then the other two, I want them to find that sense of adventure in the world. And they're just like, no, I'm fine. Right here in the comfort of home. I think a lot of it also changed during COVID. COVID was such an instrumental moment in their lives, and it changed them. It changed everybody. Yeah.
It changed the world.
Yeah.
It made everybody more independent on each other.
Yeah.
That's honestly what it did, and more independent.
It individualized everyone. I remember at one point, I knew several people that during COVID, either they came out of the closet or they came out a whole different gender. And it was just, what? Being by yourself sparked this. And, I think that these kids had time to be with themselves and be with just their parents, and the world just stopped. And it was a hard transition, not only for the kids, but for their parents as well. So we're parenting it from a whole different space.
Yeah.
Whole different space. So I think that dynamic also affected the conversations between generations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, understandable.
So another thing I saw online, because I'm always looking online and sending.
Oh, trust me, so many, very many reels.
Hey, I need for you to laugh like I laughed, or be mad like I was mad, or be irritated like I was irritated.
First of all, I feel like you stopped sending them to me because I stopped reacting to
Correct.
them at 6 o'clock in the morning when you start fucking sending them.
Correct.
And It's not 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 4:30 in the morning.
She wait till 6 o'clock for me.
Oh, she waits till 6 for you?
Yeah. Everyone else,
Got
I used to wait until 6 to start sending things through
phone blanket. I just went to sleep at 3.
Instagram and Facebook and things like that.
Well, hold on.
So
Let me
now,
just on this note, at least you don't have the DIY things.
First of all,
she will not stop.
Okay, because you're at home.
You
don't have to watch the video.
yes, he does.
Why?
Because we might have to talk about it later.
Okay, so yeah, babe, I ain't see that video yet. Show me it, and you talk about it right then and there. And that's a good conversation to talk about. Just giving you a pointer.
I will send him DIY things in the hopes that something will spark, and he'll go, I can do that. That was cool.
I found the new conversation starter for you and new projects for whenever you want to do them.
Yes.
You like to do projects.
I like to do projects. Yes, I do.
You got somebody that will help you do it.
But I just want to go on this note of I like to do projects. I've tried to wrap the. We're talking about the kids right now and everything else right now. I've tried to wrap the boys inside to doing these projects. But as Bernie Mac would say,
fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Because they don't do anything.
They do something.
Oh, it did. Hold on. When it comes to they do stuff, but when I want to go sit up here and try to do projects, the manual labor part does not
I'll never
work.
Forget.
A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty. A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but a rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty. A rich man's world. A rich man's world. Beautiful land, but a rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but
At all.
And my sister.
I love them.
One year, summer, came in the house. We're like, we're bored. And my mom made us go out in the backyard and build a cement wall.
A wall for what?
Because we were bored.
Was that your Lego?
In the middle of the backyard.
Was that your Lincoln
No,
wall?
up
Oh, my
against the
fault. My
wall.
bad. My bad.
And then goes,
You're old enough. Lego too new for you. Was that your Lincoln log?
Oh my God.
wow. I did have Lincoln Logs. It's okay. But they were still like the dollar store Lincoln Logs. Everybody else had Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we built this wall, and about 3/4 of the way up, she goes, I didn't want it there. You're off about a foot. So we had to take it down and move it a foot. To this day, that wall still stands in that backyard of that old house.
Because you was bored?
Because we were bored.
Damn.
Actually,
We didn't have a choice to be bored.
Ooh.
Now they're like,
I just want to go on this
what
note
am I going to do?
of that's one of those things that the older generations would say when you child or anybody says right now, oh, I'm bored. Well, you ain't got time to be bored. You ain't got no job. You ain't got this. You ain't got this. And that, to me, excuse me, that's belittling to me.
Oh shit, man! I remember vividly the first time I ever said,
Yeah,
I'm
but
bored.
to sit there and state how somebody's feeling. Yeah, they may physically at the moment not have anything that they want to do at that moment, but you shouldn't belittle them sitting there saying, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. You have no reason to be bored. That's like saying you're not allowed to be tired.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I really tried to make it a point to raise my children gently. But I can say as a parent that has a 20, 18, and 16-year-old, it's not for the faint of heart. And there's a lot of mistakes that I made. That towards the end of adolescence, I have to look back on certain situations and go, there was such an easier way I could have did that, or there was a different approach I could have went. It's trial and error, this gentle parenting. But I knew I wanted to do things differently than what I saw and what I knew about parenting.
Well, to go on that, then when it comes to 50 in the first place, like he's children of different age brackets, even though they're all toddlers.
3, 4, and a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
But gentle parenting is a little different for me. But I was raised also by grandparents, so
Go get the switch.
Yeah.
Go get the switch.
I got a whole list of things I've been beat with.
Oh yeah.
I got a whole list, but yeah, now I try not to even hit my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like a little tap here and there, but like that's only
as a
for
redirect.
something that, yes,
like a tap on the hand, like, hey, you know what you just did.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna beat my kids ever.
Yeah.
Like that's like.
Oh, it was a
there's nothing
given.
that
You was
tremendous.
getting beat.
I got.
And back in my day, wow.
I got marks for still to this day on what I got beat with. Like,
Back in my day, you get beat by your neighbor, your aunt, your uncle, and then go home and get beat by your parent. And then they would be talking shit while they're whooping your fucking ass for the third time. You already got your ass whooped 2 times before you even got in the house.
only 3/4 of that happened. One, we don't do. Yeah, see, one even when I was raised, one you don't get double ass whoopings.
Yeah.
You already got beat right then and there. Other person, he wasn't there when it happened.
You'll just get yelled at by the other person.
Yeah.
You're literally, that's what it is.
Neighbors and all of that. No, there's called a thing called permission. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a certain uncle. He ain't allowed to beat no kids. He too crazy and retarded. Yeah, he ain't allowed to beat no kids. I had a neighbor that could beat me, but he was the only one. Other than that, ain't nobody touching me.
Try being the fact that if you acted up in school and the fact that your teacher actually walked you across the street because you literally walked across the street from the school.
Walked across the street.
Yeah. Hold on. My sister got walked across the street so many times. I got walked across like twice. But the fact that we got walked across the street to my grams, and then the fact that if I did something, my gram was the fan of not actually hitting me. She would actually, make my sister go get a switch and everything else. My sister made the mistake of one time, and I tried to tell her, don't go get the small switch. She got the small switch. That's the most messed up thing you can do. But my gram literally sat
the
on me.
reserve switch?
She just sat me on the couch and just sat on me like, yeah, so you just wanted to move around and act up in school and not actually do your schoolwork? Sit here. I'm like,
you like to move.
yes.
That's torture.
Like that was so bad for me.
Try this. My grandfather was the deli. He was the main dude that cut all the meat out the market district. So if you went to my school, every one of my teachers, he used to cut the meat for them. He used to slice the meat up for them as they're telling that story of what I did at school. So it was kind of vicious for me.
Oh.
It's crazy. So, I mean, I think that, I don't know, there was more of a community feeling back in the day with, people on your street. People on your street were your family members, people you go to church with, close, non-relative people in the same neighborhood. So it wasn't random people. It definitely was, people that were always around that would just carry on the ass whooping on to the next.
Yeah, it was that saying, it takes a village to raise a child, but that's not it now. It's everybody's individualized and wanting to be away from people. It is hard to ask or take advice, especially being a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
Not even that. Yeah, watch people.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what
everything.
It's like you want to run a background check on everybody that you're around.
I definitely think that we are more aware of who should be around our children now versus then. Then it was whoever's going to watch the kid's going to watch the kid. That's just it. Then the next generation was like, everybody can't have access to my child. I know what's going on, but nobody else wants to say anything. But I'm just going to make it a point to not even have my child go anywhere else when I'm not there. You know, and that's what it was for my children. My children did not go stay at anyone's house outside of family members, and it had to be select family members because everybody, what they do in their house is not okay with me. So yeah.
Hey, Linda, can't believe everything at Grandma's house.
Listen, Linda. Listen. But, you know, it's about having those honest conversations and, you know, having discussions back and forth so that we have a better understanding across the generations. We don't.
Okay.
So, 50. What is something you know now that you wish that you would have known growing up?
In general or about kids? For real.
In general.
In general, how to save money more.
Yeah. You think that's something that you'll teach your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like how to be more mindful with money and how to manage it better and do things like more to basically show for your money. You know what I'm saying? If you is gonna spend at least, you know what I'm saying, make sure it's something more valuable to yourself than what it is for everybody else.
Yeah. I tried to do that.
Well, hold on. I echo on that, but there's also I also echo on. Will also have the opinion of not everyone needs to actually go to college. I'm sorry. I know it was one of those things that was pushed so hard, but that's one of those. It's a lifetime commitment once you get out of high school and things like that, and going into being an adulthood. One, for if you don't have grants and stuff like that in the first place, you already know that not many people are taught. I wasn't taught what the actual student loans were, what predatory loans were, things like that. I mean, thankfully, last year I was able to actually finally pay off my loans with the help of my lovely wife over here. We were able to pay off my student loans, but even I didn't even have the degree out of it. Is the fact that I have so much more life skills out of the jobs and stuff that I was working. One, I can go into the field that I was in college now, knowing that I could do that with certifications that don't cost as much, that I can literally sit there and say, I work a part-time job just to pay for a certification here, a certification there. And that's something that's possible if you want to go into a trade, do a trade versus Senator saying I'm full 4 years in college.
But this today's generation, I don't even see that a problem anyways with people trying to be their own entrepreneurs.
Correct.
In general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People trying to be content creators and doing different things. Like the people are putting their mind to their money right now. Like they ain't worried about trying to pay somebody else to go learn something that they could have did to something themselves.
True.
Then you got people doing Forex, and I learned there's nobody to teach you how to do that stuff either. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go learn how to do it yourself. So with that, I see college failing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think that college is very specialized. Is for very specialized degrees.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things out here can be done with just a certification. I think that my thought process of college was that it was a given. Either you go to college or you find a job that stems directly off of something that you did in high school, some sort of extension or a trade or something. I think I see a lot of younger people banking on, the content creations and, entrepreneurship, but it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for a full-on adult, let alone a kid, and I really feel like under 25, you're still a kid. You're an adult, but you're still figuring it out.
People under 25 got the time and energy to even do it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Under 25, I was sleeping like maybe 3 hours a day. I'm 4 now, but
Oh, 4.
ain't much of a difference. But yeah,
It's
like,
okay. It's okay.
I'm running out like right now.
Just wait till you hit 30. Just wait till you hit 30, and
For example.
then you get 6. You get 6 at 30.
Until 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 8 o'clock.
I turned 40, and 8 hours is the minimum. I bet not hear nobody wake me up outside of my 8 hours. Okay? That's just what it is. I love getting a restful sleep. That is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
A good 8 hour. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so old. You go to bed early. Yes, and I wake up refreshed.
Anything
First thing in
after
the morning.
6, I feel exhausted. I feel like
After
I
6?
overslept. Yeah, anything over 6 hours, I feel like I overslept. And my body get real tired and exhausted. Start aching, trying to get out of bed.
Early to bed, early to rise.
Later to bed, the earlier to rise. For me. I'm telling you, man. I be on the game until like 3, 4 in the morning, go to sleep and wake up out of nowhere just because of text on my phone.
Ugh,
Wow.
And
Fortnite.
if you know me, you know my ringer's never on. Y'all should know. Y'all call me.
I know.
Call you back 2 minutes later.
I'm here.
On my phone.
Well, I want everyone to send in your emails, send us a message, let us know what you think,
Please
give
any
us a
questions.
topic, questions. We are here for it. Let us know your FTK diary moments, and let's get this conversation started. Thanks, guys.
Deuces.
A rich man's world have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty a rich man's world have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but a rich man's world have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty a rich man's world, a rich man's world.